Today I have some gentle around the house homemaking motivation for you. So if you're just looking for something to get you jump started on your to-do list, stay with me and we'll get it done together.
I saw a hornet coming in and out of there, so I need to spray because that would be a great place for a nest. And all this over here too. I always have to check again online. Do you water in the morning or do you water at night? And then I finally saw the why, and now I'll remember. That you water in the morning so that it has time to dry out before nighttime so that it doesn't mold. That makes so much sense. And in the afternoon it could get scorched, but it's really not cut out today, and it's really not even super sunny. It's not going to be sunny again for a couple of days. So I don't want to, some plants don't like water on top of them. So try to kind of water around so that it will have the moisture, but not as easy. So I have my chive, oregano, Johnny jump ups, basil, hydrangeas. I also bought a bucket. Deer don't like anything I've planted except for these roses, and they've been nipping the buds every time. So I put mint in front of it, but it's not where I want my mint. So I bought buckets to put over these for at night so that I can take it off. Like the deer come usually like 4 or 5 in the morning. So if I do the buckets over them at night, I can pull it off in the morning. My family is so super excited about all the things I've been planting. My lavender, my hyssop. We've been looking at things to do with them. Mint, all my herbs. I also have chamomile right here. I want to plant some sunflowers in between. This is what I have for bags so far, and I actually have someone I have hired to take this. It's the person who takes my trash to the dump. He's going to come and take this at some point today. That makes me happy. I just noticed I got my Grove order, so I'll have to show you what came. Yay! Also today, went to the hardware store and got myself a bag of black mulch. It was only $3.99 for that bag. Yesterday I had put what I could of what I had left of a bag here, and so I thought one more bag and I could finish out this garden. This is probably the most perfect spring weather we've had in years. I really can't even believe it. I've been outside more already this spring than probably last year total. One of you had told me to go to Costco for these, and I did. And it was probably half what I normally pay for pre-made pot of flowers. You know, where there's a mix.
Many people these days are talking about walking around barefoot as a way to ground, to handle anxiety. I also find just having the sounds of nature around me, birds singing, and even like background noises of my neighbors. Maybe they're cutting down trees with chainsaws, any little thing, mowing the lawn. All those simple sounds just give me so much comfort and pleasure and relaxation. Here's a bleeding heart right here, and azalea.
The funny thing is, this azalea never does much. I wish it would. This bleeding heart used to be here, and it hopped one year, and it never went back. I probably need to fertilize. Ooh, the black flies just realized I'm out here.
All right, let's see what we got here. From Grove, it says, way to Grove, Karen, on the side. So the way to handle Grove, because it is one of those automatic ship things, when you get an order or after your order has been shipped, go in and take out everything out of the cart or everything but one thing. It won't ship unless it has a certain dollar amount in there. That way you don't have to worry about it shipping without you. You do get little free gifts, and if you look on their samples, the samples are always free, although sometimes they're out of stock. This loofah was free. And I have gotten this loofah before. I can't remember which of my kids is using it. It wasn't me. Bath and shower loofah. I'm not really into loofahs, but I'll give that to somebody. And then for my free sample is Oars and Alps 100% mineral sunscreen lotion. So I'll use that. I got sponges. I love Grove's walnut and cellulose scrubbers. One of the reasons I love them is because they do very well in my dishwasher. Then I got Method all-purpose cleaning wipes. I like the lime and sea salt scent. Very yummy. So this, I was saying in my video, I think 2 days ago, that these are great to have around. I don't always use these cleaning. I kind of reserve them. These are pricey, the Method ones, I think, in comparison to one I could get like at Dollar General. But for a quick wipe, you know, if I'm in the bathroom, I can do a quick wipe of a radiator, a sink, a cabinet, you know, just to kind of keep up with things. And then I did get fresh cut grass. This is the best smelling ever. And Edie, down in the comments, well, she doesn't comment a lot, which is fine because I love her. I love all of you. Anyways, I was kind of lamenting that I couldn't get fresh cut grass, and she had bought some, maybe on Amazon. A lot of times you can get scents of things on Amazon you can't get from the company or whatever. And then I got rainwater, which I don't think I've used this before, and tomato vine. I know I have never used tomato vine before. I always like to try their new seasonal scents. It's just very entertaining to me. Wow. So, you know, I guess I do get a little tomato on that. It's a very fresh scent. I like that. Actually, I think I have used rainwater before, and I think I liked it. I'm telling you, I love the seasonal scents, but this fresh cut grass, I am going to have to like stock up for the winter before winter comes, because this stuff I am just crazy about. All right, that was satisfying. Why do I have so much all-purpose cleaner? Well, I use all-purpose cleaner because it's all-purpose. I use it everywhere, every day. I love it so much. My girls love it because of the scents, so they'll do extra cleaning because of having these. And they don't bother me. Like, a lot of scents will give me a headache or even a stomach ache, but these don't. So to me, this is a candle. You know, it's like burning a candle, except I know it won't make me sick. That was satisfying. All right, now I'm going to fold laundry while I watch a show on Netflix. What I've been doing is, so I work in the morning. This morning I was editing, and it took me extra time to edit. Got a video up. Then it's lunchtime, and then I like to do something calm and relax for a while, like 45 minutes to an hour. Even like today I'm going to watch a show, but there's something about watching a show that kind of resets my brain. I think it's because your metabolism goes down, like if you're sleeping, maybe that's why. then I'll do more work, usually filming, you know. So for me, filming is doing housework, right? Decluttering. I might do some decluttering today. And then after I do that, I do another rest time, and then I make supper. And then usually, I mean, sometimes I have energy to edit, but a lot of times I'm done. So I'll take my shower and kind of hang out. Maybe I'll color while my husband watches TV, or I'll color and kind of be listening to the TV at the same time, and then I go to bed. That's pretty much it. But having the rest times to just completely like come down, that has been super important to me, not getting overly tired. So now it's time to fold laundry and watch TV. I love when I can couple an easy chore with some relaxation. So, folding the laundry in front of the TV, I know I'm not alone in this. It's just a great way to get a chore done. If you didn't see my community page lately, I filmed this 2 days before I came down with stomach flu. And so I haven't been posting because I have been laid flat out. I could not figure out why I was so tired, why I was having a hard time the day before I really had symptoms of stomach flu. I was cleaning the house because my sister and her friend were coming for dinner, and I could not figure out why my knees hurt so bad. I was having a lot of aches and pains like I did before I lost weight, and it was super discouraging, and it made me a little bit grouchy, you know, one of those, why isn't anyone helping me? But lately I've been buzzing around, and I have been enjoying keeping my house, and I haven't really needed their help as much. And finally, Yvonne came in and said, what can I do to help? And she ended up mopping the floors for me and also cleaning the upstairs bathroom for me, which was a really great help. But then I ended up being sick, and it was like, oh, okay, now I understand why I was feeling so achy. And that's why it's so important to listen to your body. When you feel your body just like hitting a wall, it's so important to stop. So even though I'm doing laundry right now, there's many times when I need a break and I just sit there and do absolutely nothing. And doing absolutely nothing can sometimes be the most productive thing you can do, because I really believe in the long run we get more done. Up next, I have a very simple but yummy marinade to show you that I use on chicken thighs. And I'm very disappointed that the footage at the end where I take the chicken out of the oven is missing. So I don't know if I didn't have my camera on, or I don't know if something happened to the footage. And I wasn't going to share it, and I thought I'll just save it and then I'll make the chicken again. Well, I haven't done a ton of cooking since I got sick because my stomach's still a little off. So I thought, you know what? I am just going to show it to you. And then you can be the judge if you want to try it. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I get it from my favorite Meals That Heal cookbook. And there's my laundry all done and ready. Let's get to it. Oh, it wasn't even shut tight. What in the world, people? Oh, the orange juice? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Is that you? You just drank some?
Yep, that's so awkward. I'm just so tired. I'm kind of out of it. Oop, that'll work.
Hey, how'd it go with your mouth today?
Yeah.
Did you try?
Yes.
Okay. So you need Dad to do it with you tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. This is how the orange juice spills. Here I am struggling to open that tamari sauce.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm.
I called it the wrong thing. It is actually called citrus soy chicken thighs, and I left that little footage in there because you know how Yvonne loves to narrate for me, so I thought you might enjoy that. Now, I'm making it, and I'm just going to tell you in this voiceover what the recipe is and the little tweaks that I do. So, what I'm doing, because what it tells you to do is it tells you to marinate the chicken, of course, in the marinade, and I use chicken thighs, and that's what the recipe says, but I've done it with chicken breast too, and I love it. It would also be good, in my opinion, on pork. I love it on dark meat, but white meat is just fine. So it has you remove it from the bag and broil, and then reserve the marinade that you didn't get, wasn't on the chicken, in a small saucepan. Well, the fact that the chicken was sitting in it bothers me, and that's why you put it in a saucepan and cook it. But here's what I do. I double the recipe, and then half of it goes in the marinade bag, half of it goes in a pan, and I heat it up. And then it gives us something to put over rice. And you could even thicken it a little bit with cornstarch if you wanted to and make more of a gravy. So now keep in mind, I'm doubling it. So the recipe without it being doubled is 2/3 cup of orange juice, 2 tablespoons of gluten-free lower sodium soy sauce or tamari, and we use tamari, 4 teaspoons of honey, and I was fortunate to have honey from a dear friend whose husband is a beekeeper, 2 teaspoons of finely chopped fresh ginger. Now, I do not keep fresh ginger in the house, so I half that, and I use ground ginger, because less is more when it comes to ground ginger. And then, you can see I'm stirring it up. Just stir it up with a fork. You want to make sure that the honey gets incorporated. My honey, wasn't just completely melting. So what I decided to do was to heat it up. So I heated all of it up. And then I let it cool down enough so that I could put it in the Gladlock bag without melting the Gladlock bag. And I let the chicken marinate in it. So you tell me if you feel like that, well, you decide if you feel like that's okay, because I know plastic bags is a little bit controversial. If you don't feel comfortable with a plastic bag, marinate it in a glass dish. Oftentimes, I used to do that anyway and then bake things, but because you're broiling it, you wouldn't be, broiling in a glass dish, of course. So I did end up melting it. If I were to do it again, maybe I would put it in a glass dish. Not really sure about that. It didn't really bother me. It seemed fine. So I just wanted to make sure that the honey was melted so that it was well incorporated. I almost forgot. It also called for 2 cloves of garlic, and I always measure garlic with my heart. Most of the time, I say 99.9% of the time, I'm using minced garlic, and those heaping spoons just go right in. I don't even worry about how much. Less is not more. More is definitely more when it comes to garlic. Yum, yum, yum. I did end up cooling it in a glass dish because I knew that aluminum pan would stay hot for a long time. So that did help, but I could have put it in the refrigerator or something like that as well. But I didn't want the honey to coagulate again, so that was kind of a priority. Then when I thought it was cool enough, I poured it in the Gladlock bag. So I poured half in the bag since I had doubled the recipe, and I kept half back and put it back in the pan to simmer. Now, this is really good when you can do it, in the morning, and then, have it, the longer it marinates, the better. But I probably had about an hour, so I wasn't too worried about it. I could put what was on the stove on melt or on warm and give the chicken time to marinate as well. But also knowing that we were going to be pouring some of that sauce over the top. So with rice was just perfect. Broccoli, steamed broccoli would be great, or roasted broccoli would be great. Anything that pairs well with Asian food. We have a rice cooker because my daughters eat rice pretty much every single day, and they really like it when I get it good and rinsed. Sometimes we'll leave it to soak and then we'll rinse it. I rarely do this. I just don't think enough ahead, so I just keep rinsing and pouring and rinsing and pouring until it's pretty much clear water, and then I know it's time to go ahead and put it on. Whenever I use my broiling pan, I like to cover it with tin foil or aluminum foil just because it makes the cleanup a lot easier. You know how you put the water in the bottom and then I put tin foil on top. Here I am putting the rice in. So once you do that, then you're just going to put the chicken thighs across the broiling pan and you're going to broil it 8 minutes on each side. I do it on high, and I usually keep a pretty close eye on stuff when I'm broiling because you know it can just go to completely burnt in no time flat. But 8 minutes for each side, and then you're ready to serve. And this was a really yummy meal. I made extra on purpose so that we would have plenty for leftovers. I'm so sorry I don't have a finished plate to show you, but I really hope you try it because this is seriously yummy. I am recovering from my stomach flu and I hope to be back to my regular schedule. If not immediately, then certainly very soon. I will have a video for you. If not tomorrow, then certainly the next day. And in the meantime, as always, I hope you remember that God loves you and I love you too, and I can't wait to see you next time.